watching Republic TV and my name is Kriti Mehta. Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. Now, from Donald Trump confirming the extradition of Tahawwur Rana to Prime Minister Modi's power-packed two-day US visit, we bring you ground realities of these developments, and that's not all. We'll also be bringing you stories from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed line-up. So let's kickstart today's mega news day here on Republic, as always, with the nation first this quick morning. The Ministry of External Affairs is in touch with the US State Department on the extradition procedure of 2611 Mumbai terror accused Tahawwur Rana. Discussions are underway between the two sides on exactly when Rana will be brought back to the country. Once the NIA gives a nod, a team of the National Investigation Agency will go to bring Tahawwur Rana to India from America. After being brought back, the terror accused to the country, Rana will be produced before the NIA court. The investigation agency will seek his custody for questioning. Meanwhile, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis on Friday said the state government is ready to arrest Tahawwur Rana once he is extradited from the US.
तहव्वुर राणा जो 26/11 के मुंबई के हमलों का एक प्रकार से प्लानिंग का मास्टरमाइंड रहा है, उसके एक्स्ट्राडिशन को अमेरिका ने मान्यता दी है। मैं इसके लिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं।
And the BJP on Friday sharpened its attack on Congress leader Gaurav Gogoi, alleging that while his wife has links with the ISI, the deputy leader of opposition in Lok Sabha asked questions in House on maritime security at the behest of the Pakistan High Commission. Gogoi, the MP from Assam's Jorhat, hit back at the BJP and threatened to take legal action against the party. Addressing press conference at the party headquarters, BJP national spokesperson Ajay Alok alleged that before marrying Gogoi in 2013, Elizabeth Colburn was an ISI supporter and had also worked with Pakistan Planning Commission Vice Chairman Ali Taqir Sheikh. Alok asked Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi, and Gogoi to come out with a clarification on the matter.
क्या गौरव गोगोई ये जानते थे कि सेनेटर टॉम उबल जो हैं वो पाकिस्तान को फंडिंग बढ़ाने में, पाकिस्तान को हेल्प करने में अमेरिकन सेनेटर खुले तौर पे उनके साथ ये काम करती थी और उनके जॉर्ज सोरोस से नज़दीकी संबंध हैं। ये काम कर चुकी हैं एलिजाबेथ कॉलबर्न सेनेटर टॉम उठल के साथ, ये ऑन रिकॉर्ड है। कांग्रेस पार्टी को इस पे सवाल जवाब देने पड़ेंगे क्योंकि राष्ट्र विरोधी रुख कांग्रेस पार्टी का शुरू से रहा है।
And senior students who were seen in a viral video of a horrific ragging case in Kerala College will face the strictest action. The state government has ordered an investigation into the incident, while the National Human Rights Commission has sought a report from the state police within 10 days. 5 third-year students of Kottayam Government Nursing College were arrested on Thursday over the brutal assault on a first-year student and many more.
Report from that nursing school. Actually, the students are doing general nursing, and this happened in their hostel. I asked DME to send the team of higher officers, and they are now in Kottayam now. And the nursing school has already suspended these students.
Prominent Shia cleric Maulana Saeed Kalbe Javed on Friday strongly opposed the Waqf Bill introduced by the government in Parliament, calling it an attempt to take over the Waqf properties. Javed also criticized the conduct of the Joint Parliamentary Committee, which was tasked with gathering opinions on the bill, calling it unconstitutional. Javed also questioned why only Muslims were being asked to furnish documents for their Waqf properties. And a meeting between a central team led by Union Minister Prahlad Joshi and farmers' representatives was held on Friday, with both sides saying it was held in a cordial atmosphere, and the next round of talks will take place on February 22. The discussion during the meeting, which comes after a year-long protest by farmers, centered around the demand of the farmers for a legal guarantee of minimum support price on crops. While Joshi spoke about the steps taken by the Narendra Modi government for the welfare of the farming community, farmer leaders said they strongly put forth their views backed by facts, to which the central delegation did not have any answer. Both Joshi and former leader Jagjit Singh Dallewal spoke separately to reporters about the meeting, which lasted for over 2.5 hours at the Mahatma Gandhi State Institute of Public Administration.
बहुत स्नेहपूर्ण और सौहार्दमय वातावरण में, एक अच्छे माहौल में ये मीटिंग चला और मीटिंग में किसान नेताओं ने अपने जो विचार है, अपने डिमांड है, वो हमारे सामने रखा। लगभग 22 तारीख ऐसे डेट डिसाइड हुआ है, तो 22 तारीख को माननीय शिवराज जी के नेतृत्व में, तो कृषि मंत्री है, हम उनके नेतृत्व में हम दोनों जाके और एक मीटिंग करेंगे।
Moving on, acting on specific intelligence, the DRI Mumbai intercepted 3 Iranian nationals who were traveling from Dubai to Mumbai and seized a 7.143 kg of gold worth over 6 crore. As per DRI officials, after a thorough search, 7 1-kilo foreign marked gold bars and 1 cut piece of a foreign marked gold bar were recovered from the waste bags concealed under the clothes of 2 of the passengers. The total weight of the smuggled gold was 7.143 kg with an estimated value of rupees 6.28 crore. In their voluntary statements, the 2 passengers admitted to smuggling the gold under the directions of a 3rd passenger, a claim that was corroborated by the 3rd individual. The gold was seized and the 3 passengers were arrested under the provisions of the Customs Act of 1962. The DRI said that it continues to investigate the case further as part of its ongoing efforts to combat illegal smuggling activities. And the BSF Meghalaya, in a well-coordinated joint operation with sister agencies, successfully intercepted and apprehended multiple individuals attempting to illegally cross the international boundary. BSF troops during the operation intercepted 8 Bangladeshi nationals along with an Indian national. They were apprehended near the international boundary while attempting to enter Bangladesh from India. In another swift and decisive operation, BSF Meghalaya troops nabbed 6 more Bangladeshi nationals along with 2 Indian nationals near the international boundary. These operations were carried out as part of BSF Meghalaya's ongoing efforts to curb illegal infiltration and other transporter crimes. And now moving on, let's take a look at some of the top stories from the business world shaping India's economic landscape, from Apple, Google restoring TikTok in US app stores, to Prime Minister Modi's response on Adani's indictment. Stay tuned as we bring you the ground realities of the stories shaping the business world. Apple and Google are restoring ByteDance Limited's TikTok to their app stores. The development comes after US Attorney General Pam Bondi assured that the ban will not be immediately enforced. The 2 platforms had removed TikTok in the US last month after it failed to comply with the law passed in 2024. India's wearable device market witnessed a significant decline in 2024, dropping by 11.3% year-on-year to 119 million units. This marks the first ever yearly decrease in the market's history. Shipments also fell for the 3rd consecutive quarter, with a drop of 8.7% in the 4 quarters of calendar year 2024. The smartwatch segment experienced the most notable downturn, with shipments plummeting by 34.4% totaling 35 million units. The category's share within wearables market also decreased from 39.8% in 2023 to 29.4% last year. This decline was attributed to a lack of major technological innovations and low consumer demand. Smartwatch prices also fell by 9.1%, dropping from $25.8 to $23.5. Up next, the Indian Prime Minister has been on his first visit to the US after Trump's second presidency. Now, on Thursday, when Prime Minister Modi was asked whether the Adani Group matter was discussed during his talks with US President Trump, he gave a sharp reply saying that such personal individuals are not discussed between leaders of nations.
भारत एक लोकतांत्रिक देश है और हमारे संस्कार, हमारी संस्कृति वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की है। हम पूरे विश्व को अपना एक परिवार मानते हैं। हर भारतीय को मैं अपना मानता हूं। दूसरी बात है, ऐसे व्यक्तिगत मामलों के लिए दो देश के मुखिया न मिलते हैं, न बैठते हैं, न बात करते हैं।
And now moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today we bring you updates from around the world, from European Union urging NATO states to Zelensky demanding security guarantee ahead of truce talks. Stay tuned as we bring you all the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Heavy rains caused severe flooding and landslides in southern Peru, damaging and destroying homes and buildings in Nazca. Authorities confirmed that the world-famous Nazca lines, pre-Columbian geoliths and other structures had been affected by the flooding. Seeing the havoc, Peru's defense minister flew over several areas affected by the rains and landslides and promised help. As the area remains inundated with floods, rescue operations have been going on in full swing. And debris flows brought on by the strongest atmospheric river of the season left roads submerged in sludge in Southern California. This comes as heavy rain slammed into the fire-scorched areas of Southern California, triggering flash floods and mudslides. While the heavy rains from the storm hitting the region have begun to ease, the risk of rock and mudslides on wildfire-scarred hillsides still continues, since dangerous slides can strike even after rain stops.
After the fires that affected this area, some of the rain had washed a lot of the mud, dirt, and debris down. It accumulated sort of right there. It's kind of centered there, as you saw.
And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said during a meeting with US Vice President J.D. Vance that his country wanted security guarantees before any talks to end the Ukraine-Russia war. Zelensky said he was only agreed to meet in person with the Russian leader Vladimir Putin after a common plan is negotiated with Trump.
We want peace very much, but we need real security guarantees, and we will continue our meetings and our work, and we will be very happy to see General Kavak also in Ukraine in this closest time.
And trucks and cars full of Congolese soldiers carrying their weapons were seen circulating in Bukavu after Rwanda-backed rebels in eastern Congo claimed that they had seized a second airport in the region. The Kavumu airport became a target after the M23 rebels recently seized the region's largest city of Goma, killing thousands and left dozens homeless. The conflict between Congo and Rwanda-backed rebels continues as the rebels have been vying for control of Congo's mineral-rich east. Up next, Germany's defense minister pushed hard back against US Vice President J.D. Vance's complaints about the state of democracy in Europe. He said that it was unacceptable to draw a parallel between the region and authoritarian governments just days ahead of his country's election. Once lectured European governments about free speech in an appearance at the Munich Security Conference, saying that he fears that it is in retreat across the continent. Students in Serbia marched towards the town protesting against anti-corruption in the country. The protests erupted after a concrete canopy on a railway station in the northern city of Novi Sad collapsed in November, killing 15 people. The collapse took place just months after renovation was completed by the authorities, prompting accusations of corruption. The students are demanding justice, respect of the rule of law, and an end to rampant corruption. After days of blackouts that left more than half of the country in darkness, Cuban authorities have ordered the suspension of classes and work activities. The energy situation, which has been tense for months, worsened again when the authorities indicated that the deficit in the supply of electricity would reach 56%. Authorities attributed difficulties to several breakdowns in the largest thermoelectric power plants, while others are offline for maintenance. And European Union leaders at Munich Security Conference said NATO member states needed to do much more to contribute to defense spending and meet targets. The meeting comes at a time when future of Ukraine remains uncertain, when efforts are being taken to stop the 3-year-old Russia-Ukraine conflict. The comments were made while keeping in mind the deteriorating security in Europe and Germany.
I don't care. We have to make it possible. We have to make it happen. And therefore, I'm quite convinced, and I mentioned it earlier, we have to understand, we need to understand in Europe and in Germany too, that security is absolutely crucial. Without security, anything else is nothing. If we don't acknowledge that investments in security is investment in our future before we can discuss anything else.
Welcome back, viewers. It's time to delve into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting match-ups. Today we bring you updates from the Champions Trophy 2025, where the prize money has been announced. Stay tuned as we highlight all the stories from the sports world. Fast bowler Darshan Nalkande replaced injured Shubham Kapse as the only change in Vidarbha's 17-member squad to take on defending champions Mumbai in their Ranji Trophy semi-final starting here on February 17. In a repeat of last year's Ranji Trophy final, Vidarbha will meet Mumbai in the second semi-final of the premier domestic competition here at the VCS Stadium in Jamtha, while Gujarat will face Kerala in the first semi-final in Ahmedabad. Devendra Doughton played his first WPL game after not being part of the first 2 seasons. She was picked by the Giants for WPL 2023. However, she was pulled out from the tournament under controversial circumstances. Meanwhile, Perry, who had picked up a hip injury during the Women's Ashes, was picked in the team. However, she will not be able to bowl in the starting bid of the tournament, the all-rounder has confirmed. Australia suffered an embarrassing 174-run defeat to Sri Lanka in the second ODI of the series. In the first match, they suffered a 49-run loss, and in the second, the Sri Lankan spinners dominated and wreaked havoc, and the visitors looked clueless in the middle. Chasing 282 runs, the Steve Smith-led side lost irregular intervals and were reduced to 33 for 3 at one stage. In the Tri-Series final against New Zealand at the National Stadium in Karachi, Babar Azam created history by becoming the joint fastest cricketer to score 6,000 runs in the ODI. He did it in 123 innings, the same as South African legend Hashim Amla. Star India batter Virat Kohli stands third on the list as the 36-year-old completed 6,000 runs in 136 innings, while Kane Williamson and David Warner took 139 innings and are joint 4th on the list. The return of the ICC Champions Trophy for the first time since 2017 will see 8 teams compete for the grand prize of a whopping $2.24 million. The runners-up will receive $1.12 million, while each losing semi-finalist will take home $5,60,000. The total prize pool has increased by an impressive 53% from 2017 edition, reaching $6.9 million. At the Champions Trophy, every match will matter, as each group stage win is worth over $34,000 for the victorious team. Pacer Ben Sears has been ruled out of the Champions Trophy due to a hamstring injury, which is a significant setback for New Zealand ahead of the ICC event, which kicks off February 19. New Zealand Cricket has named Jacob Duffy as Sears' replacement. And dragging the buzz, it's time now to delve into the world of entertainment with the stories from across the world. Today we bring you highlights from the film industry where many actors attend the premiere of their new projects. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates shaping the entertainment industry this quick morning. Timothée Chalamet has finally finished touring the world promoting Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. The Oscar-nominated actor was in Berlin Friday, where the critically acclaimed movie is showing out of competition at the city's film festival. The star is nominated for a BAFTA and an Oscar for playing Dylan, and he can't wait to see what the future holds for him.
You know, this was an interesting project for me where I knew the experience I had making it would never compare. Rather, the experience I would have watching it or putting it out in the world would never compare to the experience making it, because I had such a magical time making it, you know. And this is probably the last time I'll probably talk about it.
And Jisoo of iconic K-pop band Blackpink released her first solo EP, Amortage. The 4-track mini album features 2 English tracks and 2 bilingual songs blending English and Korean. The singer has footprints beyond music, serving as a global ambassador for Dior and Cartier and acting in K-dramas. Brenda Song and Kate Hudson, the 2 longtime actors and newfound friends, star in Mindy Kaling's latest Netflix project. Running Point attended its premiere. Song, who is a self-proclaimed Lakers fan and all-around football and basketball encyclopedia, was excited to take on the role. While speaking with Hudson on her podcast, Hudson expressed that she wanted Song to host her own 1-minute spot show just to show off all her basketball knowledge. And Theo James, Elijah Wood and Tatiana Maslany premiered Neon's The Monkey in Los Angeles. The blood-soaked adaptation of the Stephen King short story follows 2 brothers whose family is haunted by a cursed toy monkey. Maslany recalled the way she got gravitated towards horror movies during COVID.